When looking at the world's most isolated regimes, a familiar group of countries faces severe global restrictions: North Korea, Iran, Russia, and Syria. But recently, Myanmar has joined this list as one of the most heavily sanctioned states on the planet, facing intense economic and political penalties from the United States, the European Union, and the UN Security Council. This isolation was triggered by the 2021 military coup, where the army jailed the elected government and seized control of the state. By traditional measures of international diplomacy, the country was effectively walled off from the global community. Yet, a look at recent diplomatic schedules reveals a contradiction. Despite the sanctions, major powers are beginning to engage with the nation's leadership. This shift was highlighted recently when Myanmar's president made a highly publicized visit to India, a direct engagement that bypassed the narrative of global isolation. We are seeing a move toward geopolitical realism, where specific national interests are prioritized over long-standing human rights demands. To understand why these powers are looking past their own restrictions, we have to examine the specific assets Myanmar holds. While Europe and Australia continue to issue strict condemnations of the regime, the U.S. approach is showing signs of a realistic shift. Donald Trump has remained largely silent on Myanmar's internal political collapse and human rights issues. A central factor in this silence is the country's massive reserves of rare earth minerals, which are critical to the global technology supply chain. In the 21st century race for hardware, maintaining access to the mineral supply chain has become a strategic priority for American interests. For India, the motivation for engagement is not just economic, it is a matter of immediate border security. For years, insurgent groups have utilized this difficult, porous terrain to launch attacks in India's northeast and then retreat into the dense jungles of Myanmar. During the recent presidential visit, New Delhi secured a direct assurance that Myanmar's territory will no longer serve as a sanctuary for these anti-India forces. This makes isolating the regime a strategic impossibility for India, as the cooperation of whoever controls those jungles is necessary for domestic peace. Myanmar also serves as India's physical gateway to the broader Pacific economy. The Kaladan Multi-Modal transport project is designed to link Kolkata directly to Myanmar's Sitwe port. This allows cargo to reach northeast India, avoiding the narrow, vulnerable Siliguri corridor. This is coupled with the India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral highway, physically linking these regional economies by road. Myanmar is the geographic keystone for India's entire future trade architecture in the region. But infrastructure alone does not ensure integration. Real economic connection requires more than just roads. It requires social and diplomatic soft power. We saw a point of friction recently when Thailand ended its 60-day visa-free stay program for Indian citizens. This rollback followed local complaints regarding civic behavior and disruption within the tourist areas. While billion-dollar highways facilitate logistics, these social and diplomatic hurdles can act as a bottleneck for total economic integration. The situation in Myanmar highlights a new reality. The era where global powers can successfully isolate a nation solely on ideological grounds is over. When a nation possesses essential minerals or critical geography, engagement becomes a strategic necessity. In modern diplomacy, despite its internal instability, Myanmar remains one of the most powerful pieces on the board.
If you value clarity over chaos, explore more on Clear Lens X.